This is going to be a super quick, handy lesson on how to handle price negotiations as a freelancer. You've probably experienced this. You're in a sales call, you're talking about a potential project with a client, everything's going really good, and then you nervously talk about price. And then you're asking maybe, do you have a budget? You're sharing with them the scope of work and what the potential price range would be. And then the potential client hits you with, ooh, that's actually a little bit more than I was planning on spending. Are you able to bring it down at all? And then the people pleaser inside us are like, oh, but they seem so lovely. This will be such a good opportunity. What if they decide to work with someone else if I say no? And you start to be really tempted to start to drop your prices. Today, I'm going to share with you exactly how to handle that situation without going down on price, preserving the integrity of your packages and your offering, but still making the potential client feel looked after, feel like they're getting a lot of value. And it is actually really simple. The first thing you need to do is be really clear on your scope of work. And what I recommend doing is, based on your expertise, to actually have 3 project prices set up already. And based on experience, I have 3 for branding. I have one that's the essentials. You can't go any lower than this. You walk away with a logo, color palettes, graphics, one marketing collateral, and a set of brand guidelines. And really, if you don't have any of these elements in place, you don't really have a brand. And if clients, they don't want this, they feel like it's not necessary, then we're just not a good fit. And the middle range, it gives a bit more, like it gives a kickstart package for the social media. So we set up all of their social media, we give them 2 additional marketing materials and a few more items in there. So that is ideal for like medium-sized businesses. This is the essentials plus usually what a business needs. And then we have a higher tier, which is for like enterprise businesses that needs pitch decks. It has all the bells and whistles. Think of a car model. There's different models, different tiers. You have the premium tier, you have the mid tier, and then you have the basic. Have a setup for your pricing as well. So when it comes to sales conversation, it's not a yes, no, it is more like a which one fits best. And then we can tailor the things inside if we really need to. And this way they know that you are an expert, you're a professional, you've had experience in this industry, you know more than they do. So then they begin to trust you more already, and they don't feel like you're just pulling a number out of a hat. They see that thought and process has gone into this. And then what I want you to do is be able to actually associate price with a deliverable. That is what I do and what I recommend, especially if you're just starting out. Value-based pricing is very hard. I know there's videos on YouTube where it's like, look at the client, how big is their business, and then what is the return on investment they can get. Of course, you can go down that route, but I think for a lot of beginners, that is pretty overwhelming, and it's a lot trickier of a conversation to navigate. So what I say is, I have super transparent pricing. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know exactly what would suit different types of businesses. So here are usually what we deliver to clients. And then they can see self-assess. Oh, actually, yes, that mid-tier one does cover everything. And how much is it? And what I do is I always break it down into installments. So our mid-tier, for example, if it is 10K, I'd break it down into 4 installments. It's 2.5K per month. I'd say it's 10K in total divided by 4 installments. So every single month you only need to pay 2.5K, and we'll deliver this project within 2 months or so. And just by breaking it down into installments, it already becomes a lot more digestible. They don't really see that looming 10K price tag, but it's 2.5K, 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 2.5K. And if they're like, oh, 10K, that is really too high, then you can say, no worries, is it the scope of work that is a bit too much? Because the essentials is also a really great option. That is the bare bones, and we can always add in if possible. Then if it's a scope issue, then they'll be like, okay, actually, you know what? The essentials plan is exactly what I need. But if they say it's not a scope issue, that scope is actually pretty perfect, but it is just the pricing, then what I would do is I say, no worries, there is actually another solution. What we can do is have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to the installment. So instead of paying it across 4 installments, we can go up to, for example, 8 installments. So then it's just $1,000 something every single month over 8 installments. You've thrown the ball in their court, so just wait for their reaction. And in many instances, this has been it. Like, that is all that is needed. I've even had clients say like, oh, 8 installments is still quite a lot. What about 12? Can you do 12? I might be able to work with that. If you really trust them, I'd say for a big ticket project, splitting it over 12 installments is totally fine. Another way of not discounting yourself is actually offering additional value. Make sure it's something that you are actually happy to do, that doesn't take you too much additional time and energy, but for them it's seen as a value add. For example, sometimes I've said, I'm happy to offer 1 additional marketing collateral if you need. So if you need an email signature or a business letterhead design or some kind of marketing Canva template, then I can add one in free of charge and let them know what the original value of that would be. And then you need to really try to incentivize them to say, this is a limited offer. We don't really do this for everybody. But since we've had a great conversation and I think we are a really good fit, I am able to offer you this if you do decide to sign on within the next 2 weeks. So that is an incentive. And one really good piece of feedback I had was from a potential client a few years back, because back then, as an incentive, I offered a $1,000 discount off the total package if they signed up within 2 weeks. And I always thought that worked really well because a lot of people took up on that offer. But one potential client, she told me, Annie, I would have signed up with you regardless of that $1,000 offer, but seeing that $1,000 offer, it suggests to me that you might not be that confident in your pricing. Never reduce your price for no reason. There's also a lot of other creative ways to go about it. For example, asking for a video testimonial, and that might be worth a lot for your business, so you can give a slight discount if they record a video testimonial. For example, if you could turn their brand assets into a set of social templates and sell them on Etsy, then you can drop the price again, but you are creating an asset that you can leverage on. Always find creative ways to find the win-win scenario for both and never discount yourself for no reason. Hopefully that helped. If you have any other questions about pricing or sales, you can leave it down below and I'll be sure to answer it or make a dedicated video. If you found these tips helpful, I know you're also going to love this one on the left, where I talk a lot more about how I structure sales conversations and how to actually get the deal done. We also have a podcast version if you prefer listening on the go called the Brand Creator Podcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and I'll see you next one. Bye.